What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. So what we're doing now is our burn-in test for week 21. So as you guys can clearly see, there's no burn-in to speak of in any portion of my screen. Now this week I'm going to be doing something a little differently. I'm just going to be obviously diving right in, as you guys can see, but I'm also going to let the full test kind of just run out. And we're going to go through multiple different colors because that was a request on the last video. So we're going to make sure we're doing that. Quick little recap here. My I guess usage has been pretty much the same as I've been saying in all these prior weeks. So we haven't seen any change there. Heavy gaming usage, no HUDs disabled. Again, I actually watched some soap operas last night with my wife. A lot of subtitles. I mean, seriously, there's just everyday use out of this thing. So if you were thinking about picking up a Sony OLED and you were trying to get an idea of how particularly the Sony A8G Bravia OLED performs, I can tell you the Sony A8G does really, really well. At least right now, with my level of usage anyway, which I would consider pretty much any normal guy, you know, in my age group, you know. I'm not going to give that out, but I would say, yeah, any person that's relatively young games, does all the normal stuff that younger people do with TVs, you could be able to be just fine with this thing right here. At least as you see, as far as 21 weeks go, I have not made it to the year mark yet. I don't know what that will hold. I honestly am not going to sit here and tell you also that because my experience isn't garbage that yours isn't going to be, because I did get burn-in on my LG C8 within just 1 week, so bad panels definitely can happen. You can definitely have situations where things just don't work out, right? So with that as the case, we do want to keep that in mind. Obviously, you want to make sure we're exchanging and returning and, you know, trying out other avenues as they show themselves. But the point here with these tests is to, you know, not only be the first person on YouTube to show you what Sony OLED particularly performs like with a long-term usage test, but also just in general, just showing you, hey, you know, there are no problems here and I'm pretty happy. But yes, so as you guys can clearly see, there is literally nothing. I see like a little bit of the dirty screen effect in the lighter colors towards like the bottom area. But that's been there since like the very first tests. I mean, right down to like the line that shows up in the center there. I think that's literally just the way that it was made. It probably won't show up on camera, but I definitely see that. It's not like burn-in or anything like that. I can tell that that's just like dirty screen effects. So outside of that, there are no issues. And as I see on this screen, it's kind of like more of the same. So yeah, and now I'm seeing like more little division lines. So that's clearly just how the TV was made, which is weird, but definitely not alarming or anything like that. But yeah, that being said though, I mean, this is pretty much the end of the test here. There's not a whole lot. Now it's just on a different test. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Stay tuned for next week's burn-in test. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later.